The notion of a space race between the United States and China has been a recurring theme in recent news coverage. The question of whether the United States is engaged in a space race against China has sparked debate and varying opinions among experts. Some argue that both nations have comparable capabilities, while others view China's rapid advancements as a sign of direct competition with the US for space supremacy. China's achievements, such as building a manned space station, landing a rover on Mars, and becoming the first nation to touch down on the far side of the moon, demonstrate their ambitious space goals. However, a closer examination of the data reveals a more complex and nuanced picture. This article explores the current state of space capabilities, the disparities between the US and China, the role of international collaborations, and the involvement of other countries in the global space landscape. China's President Xi Jinping has expressed the nation's unwavering dream to explore the cosmos, develop the space industry, and establish China as a space power. These ambitions have led China to make substantial progress, which has caught the attention of NASA and the U.S. Department of Defense, DoD. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has praised China's aggressiveness and competence, acknowledging their recent success in space endeavors. The DoD's 2022 annual report highlights China's significant investment in its space program, focusing on human spaceflight, military space applications, and lunar and Martian exploration missions. China's rapidly growing space program, second only to the United States in the number of operational satellites, has become a source of national pride. Despite China's impressive achievements, the US still maintains a dominant position in space exploration. The United States maintains a clear advantage over China in several key areas of space exploration. First and foremost, the US space budget, amounting to approximately $59.8 billion in 2021, far surpasses China's spending, which stood at around $16.18 billion during the same year. This substantial financial gap allows the US to maintain a strong lead in various aspects of space technology and research. However, China's doubling of space investment over the past decade signals their intent to catch up to the US. Dr. Bin Li, an expert in space technology and exploration laws, believes that China has made significant progress, particularly since the 1990s. With strong financial support from the central government, China has attracted talented individuals to drive science and technology development. While China is catching up to the US, Dr. Li emphasizes that the space race is not just about technology but also a matter of economic and political competition. Retired NASA astronaut Leroy Chiao echoes Dr. Li's sentiments, having visited the Chinese Astronaut Center in 2006 and witnessed their serious approach to space exploration. China's advancements, especially in building their space station, are commendable. Although the International Space Station is larger, China's smaller, more advanced station allows them to focus on meaningful work without constant maintenance. Another area where the US outshines China is in the number of active satellites. Of the 465 total operational satellites orbiting Earth, the US operates 63%, 433 satellites, compared to China's 541. The US also boasts more active spaceports, with 7 operational launch sites and at least 13 others in development, providing greater flexibility in launching payloads into different orbits. In contrast, China has only 4 operational spaceports, with 2 more in the planning stages, all located within its territory. While the US maintains a clear advantage in various aspects of space exploration, there are nuances in certain measures where China has shown comparable activity. For instance, in 2021, China attempted 55 orbital launches, slightly more than the US's 51. However, the types of payloads differ significantly between the two nations. China's launches largely consist of government or military payloads focused on electronic intelligence and optical imaging, 84%. Whereas 61% of US launches were for non-military, academic, or commercial purposes, primarily related to Earth observation and telecommunications. Moreover, the US and China have contrasting approaches to space stations. The International Space Station, ISS, operated jointly by the US and 14 other nations, has been a key platform for technological and scientific breakthroughs since the 1990s. In comparison, China's Tiangong Space Station, completed in late 2022, is much smaller with only 3 modules and is solely operated by China. despite extending invitations to other countries to join. One significant factor contributing to the US's continued space dominance is its extensive network of international collaborations and partnerships. For decades, NASA has actively cultivated alliances with other nations and commercial partners, fostering cooperation in various space-related endeavors. These partnerships range from technology development to crewed space missions. In contrast, China's allies in space are more limited in number and have less developed space capabilities. Russia remains one of China's primary partners, and China collaborates with members of the Asia-Pacific Space Cooperation Organization, including Iran, Pakistan, Thailand, and Turkey. While China is expanding its space capabilities, it currently lacks the breadth and depth of international collaborations that the US enjoys. Efforts to return to the moon serve as a prime example of the differences between the US and China in terms of partnerships and scope. China has plans to go to the moon, having collaborated with Russia on a lunar mission, but has not attracted additional countries to join their efforts. In contrast, the US-led Artemis Accords, signed by 24 nations since 2020, outline principles of cooperation for future space activities. The Artemis program aims to return people to the moon by 2025 and establish a lunar base and space station soon after. The program's international participation and collaboration with private companies highlight the US's commitment to global cooperation in space exploration. Beyond the US and China, several other countries have ambitious space aspirations. India, for instance, is investing heavily in space exploration and has plans to return to the moon, possibly in collaboration with Japan. South Korea, Israel, Japan, the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, Germany, and the European Union are also pursuing independent lunar missions. Japan, in particular, has made significant strides in space technology, surpassing even some of China's achievements. For example, Japan successfully developed rendezvous proximity technology to send a spacecraft to an asteroid and return samples to Earth, showcasing its advanced capabilities in space missions. While the US and China are often portrayed as rivals in a space race, a deeper analysis reveals a more intricate landscape. The US remains the dominant player in space, with a considerable lead over China in critical areas of space capabilities. Nevertheless, China is rapidly expanding its space endeavors, and the US acknowledges the importance of international collaborations to achieve its space exploration goals. In summary, while there are differing opinions on whether the US is in a space race against China, it is clear that China's rapidly growing space program is a source of national pride and that they are making steady progress on their space goals. While the US is still dominating in key space capabilities, do you think China will be able to surpass the US in the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Watch our other video on Chinese startup triumphs over Elon Musk SpaceX. And we will see you soon.